Orcs Must Die 3. Is it Worthabuy? Let's read the words of the developer. Slice, burn, toss off. No. Slice, burn, toss, zap, grind and gib. Massive hordes of repugnant orcs in this long-awaited successor to the award-winning Orcs Must Die series. When you say award-winning, can we rule out Unchained from that, please? Yes, guys, this is one of my favourite franchises, and we've just had the third one. Actually, this has been out on Stadia for a year, but who cares about Stadia? It's now on the PC, and I'm a huge, huge fan of this franchise. Orcs Must Die 1, brilliant. Orcs Must Die 2, brilliant. And Orcs Must Die 3, well, let's see, shall we? First up, it has two characters that I hate. I couldn't get it all involved with these characters. They were boring. Honestly, one of the worst things about the game are the two characters that you have to play through the base campaign. Not in the same street as Max, who is the character from Orcs Must Die 1 and 2. He is just hilarious. Well, he's my kind of hilarious anyway. And I really, really missed him so much in this game because, like I say, the two that you get are just absolutely annoying and boring. They do pack some decent weaponry, but I just missed that comedy that Orcs Must Die 1 and 2 had in abundance. It's just sadly lacking in this. But once you've completed the base campaign, you unlock Scramble mode and another, albeit short, campaign that does have Max in it. And yes, he's funny again. He's still funny, guys, even though he's grey and old. I know someone like that. He's still funny.
I did it my way.
Anyway, what's the big differences between this and we're going to pretend Unchained never happened, all right? So we're going to compare this to 2, I guess, because they both got co-op, whereas Orcs Must Die 1 is a single-player only game, but Orcs Must Die 2 and this are the co-op games. So we'll do a bit of a compare to these. It's just as good, I think. There's not as much content in it, but it is as good. Some of the traps are even better in this. Some of the new traps that they've come along, you've got ceiling lasers and stuff, which I thought were a bit disappointing, I guess. The graphics have been upped a little bit. It looks better than, not a massive upgrade, but definitely does look a little bit better. The orcs are funnier in this, I think. The stuff they say is just really, really funny. They're so stupid, the orcs. You kind of feel sorry for them as you're mutilating them, electrocuting them, tarring, burning and flipping them into acid. Only a bit, but you do feel a little bit sorry for them. But the game hasn't lost any of its character in so far as the traps is concerned. The level design is great. You've got some fantastic levels in Orcs Must Die 3. And looking for that all-important kill zone where you're going to strap on... Look, Mac, don't sit. You're going to strap... Mac, just... You're going to put traps on the walls, the floors, and the ceilings, guys. And you're going to have all kinds of shit going down here. You've got freezing traps. Do you know what, though? I don't want to go into all the different traps, but the thing with this game, and it was the thing with the other games that really kind of amazed me, is that you do way more of the killing with your own weapon than you do with the traps. And I would have liked to see the traps a lot more powerful, and maybe yourself, the player, a bit less powerful, and just so you're relying more on the traps. Whereas in this game, you're kind of relying on the traps to just weaken them. Alright, you're going to kill a few with the traps, but nothing on the scale of what you're going to be killing with your weapon. The weapons in this game are insanely overpowered, I think. I was sporting a bow and arrow, the magic bow for most of the time. I upgraded that with the skulls that you get for completing each mission. And I also ran with the staff, which was the stone staff, which froze them in place. And that pretty much got me through the whole campaign, just freezing them in place over and over again on top of the traps, so the traps would reset and hit them again, and reset, hit them again, at the same time that I'm smacking them in the face with me arrows. They didn't stand a chance, guys. So if you haven't played this game, the way I'll briefly go over how it works, you're given a budget at the beginning of the level. There'll be, I don't know, 5 or 6, maybe 8 waves of orcs coming at you throughout the level. They'll come from different areas as well, so you've got to really choose your kill zone well. And once you've got your kill zone, you tar the floor, put all kinds of other traps on the floor, melting traps, fire traps, put wall traps on, grinders, axes, arrow traps, ceiling traps, all kinds of stuff, so that when the orcs come into the kill zone, you can lay down heavy fire yourself while keeping them in the trapped area so they'll be killed. The orcs themselves, they're trying to head into the rift. You have rift points at the top in the middle. You can see there's 20 rift points here. So if 20 orcs get into the rift, it's game over. During the waves, you get money for killing them, and you'll also get a bonus amount of money at the end once you've completed the actual level. You can then upgrade your weapons and buy new traps and weapons at the end of each level to move on to the next one, and they get progressively harder. There's an endless mode in this where you can choose different missions to just have continuous waves coming at you. The first few you can kind of get a bit of a time between them to reorganize your traps, but after that it's just you're given 3 seconds notice as they come in, and it does get a bit boring after a while. But the mode I would have loved a creative mode in this where you have unlimited money to just play around on the levels and just put down as many traps as you want. I would love, I can't believe this. If I was the developer of this game, that would be one of the first modes I created. It would just be fantastic to just be able to choose your level, put as much money in as you want, and just put loads and loads of traps and just have fun, because it is fun watching orcs getting flipped over into acid pools, trying to get huge combos, because the way the combos works is if an orc gets tarred, burnt, and then arrowed, that's like a 3-point combo because 3 traps interacted with them. So if you shoot them at the same time, that'll be 4. If you shoot them with your alternate fire, that's 5. If he gets hit off another trap, that's 6. So you can set up a whole arrangement of traps around the level so that you can try and get some really high combos, which gives you more points. It's got a leaderboard as well, but as usual with these games online, especially on the PC, it gets hacked with cheating bastards who are really sad people who just can't play games properly, so they have to resort to cheating because they are the worst gamers out there. If you're always wondering who are the worst gamers, it's the people at the top of the leaderboards with a stupid score. They're the worst gamers in the world. They're so bad they have to cheat. So obviously the leaderboards have been screwed up in this game, which is a shame, but you know, at the end of the day, I don't really play it for the leaderboard, so I don't give a toss either way. I play this purely for the laugh, for the fun, and it generates shit tons of that. It's a really, really good game, and it's a decent price as well at £20, I think, or £23. We've had a blast playing it. I've played it through in co-op, and I've also had it go in single player. It's perfectly feasible in single player. Things scaled down a little bit. You get all the money for yourself in single player, whereas in co-op the money's split. It's a great game, guys, and if you want something to just jump into and have some really good fun in, yes, it's tower defense, but it's also shooting people in the head with your different weapons, you're using your different trinkets. There's about a handful of characters with all different abilities you can use. It's a great game, guys, and I highly, so there you go.